Hi students,
Welcome to lesson number 11, Unity in Diversity in India.
Introduction. India is a very vast country, though part of Southern Asia, yet it is separated from it by the Himalayas. It was called by different names in the past. Some old names like Hind, Hindustan, Bharatvarsha, Aryavarta are still used side by side with India. India is divided into three physical regions: 1. the Himalayas, 2. the Indo-Gangetic plain, and 3. the Deccan. The Himalayas stand in the north like a wall 1600 miles long, extending from Assam to Afghanistan. Their eastern hills extending up to the Bay of Bengal separate Burma from India. The western branches form the border between India and Afghanistan. The northern and eastern passes of Himalayas are of little political and economic use, as they are very high and generally snow covered. The Indo-Gangetic plain with a fertile soil lies south of the Himalayas, 2000 miles broad. The plain is economically, culturally and politically the richest area of India. To understand the concept of unity, 2. to know the diversity nature in India. Unity in diversity is used as an expression of harmony and unity between dissimilar individuals or groups. It is a concept of unity without uniformity and diversity without fragmentation that shifts focus from unity based on a mere tolerance of physical, cultural, linguistic, social, religious, political, ideological and psychological differences towards a more complex unity based on an understanding that difference enriches human interactions. The idea and related phrase is very old and dates back to ancient times in both Western and Eastern Old World cultures. It has applications in many fields, including ecology, cosmology, philosophy, religion and politics. The diversity is a permanent human condition. The concept of unity in diversity can be traced back to Sufi philosopher Ibn al-Arabi 1065–1240, who advanced the metaphysical concept of the oneness of being, wahdat al-wujud, namely that reality is one and that God's is the only true existence. All other beings are merely shadows or reflections of God's qualities. Abd al-Karim al-Jili expanded on al-Arabic's works, using it to describe a holistic view of the universe which reflects unity in diversity and diversity in unity. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India and leader of the Indian National Congress, vigorously promoted unity in diversity as an ideal essential to national consolidation and progress. He wrote at length on this topic, exploring it in detail in his work The Discovery of India. The diversity of India is tremendous. It is obvious, it lies on the surface and anybody can see it. It concerns itself with physical appearances as well as with certain mental habits and traits. There is little in common to outward seeming between the Pathan of the northwest and the Tamil in the far south. Their racial stocks are not the same, though there may be common strands running through them. Yet, with all these differences, there is no mistaking the impress of India on the Pathan, as this is obvious on the Tamil. The Pathan and the Tamil are two extreme examples. The other lies somewhere in between. All of them have their distinctive features. All of them have still more the distinguishing mark of India. India has a long history and its cultural heritage is one of the most ancient, extensive and varied. Throughout the ages, many races and people contributed to India's culture. Some came into contact with her only temporarily, others settled permanently within her borders. There was synthesis on the basis of eternal values. India is a vast peninsula, and owing to its huge size and heterogeneity, it is also referred as subcontinent with an area of 32,87,240 square kilometer. The variety and unity of India, though outwardly there was diversity and infinite variety among our people, everywhere there was that tremendous impress of oneness which had held all of us together for ages past, whatever political fate or misfortune had befallen us. Indian society has been unique in the world history because of its complexity, plural, diverse and pervasive in nature. Its social mosaic comprises of multiple races, language groups, religious faiths, castes and tribes. Traces of history reveals that there are 4,635 communities in India. Indian society is understood from three factors: space, time and population. In terms of space, India is the 7th largest country in the world. In terms of time, it has passed covering a span of 5,000 years. In terms of population, it is the 2nd largest populated country in the world next to China. Indian culture has been a homogeneous one. The heterogeneity of India makes it a land of diversity or land of contradictions. The unique thing is that in spite of manifold diversity, there exists unity. The most striking feature of India is its unity amidst great variety and diversity. We have India all types of topography, climate, soil and rainfall, all important races of the world and all important languages have influenced the people and dialects of this country. We have some 220 dialects spoken in India and almost an equal number of religious beliefs practiced. India is often called a geographical, social, ethnological and cultural museum, but there is an undercurrent of unity which knits the country from the Himalayas to the seas into one unit. Since Vedic times, Dakshinapatha, the Deccan, has always remained a part of India. The political ideal of the rulers of India has always been to be the master of whole of India. The Mauryas, Pathans and Mughals all aimed at it. Respect for caste system, Brahmins, cows and the Vedas is common all over the country. There is only one sacred language, namely Sanskrit. Throughout India, the family life, ceremonies and festivals throughout India are nearly the same. Even the much exploited religious diversity is only superficial, as the same gods are worshipped all over India, though under different names, and as a matter of fact, the cultural unity of India has been strong enough to overcome its material diversities and has knit the country into one knit. India is a big peninsula. The name India is derived from Sindhu, Indus, the name of great river in the northwest, the zone where developed the first contacts of country with external world. Indian society has an inherent compactness, unity. The bond of unity is called Indian culture. It is old and has grown since the dawn of civilization. The unity in diversity in India, Indian culture is unique. The diversity of India can be seen in the diversity in the physical appearances, habits and traits of people. The races differ, food habits, dress and languages, people profess different religions. This culture is absorbed and synthesized. The unity in Indian culture can elude if it has the concern with the external aspects. Differences could be noticed within a national group in spite of closely knit it might be. The unity of group becomes apparent only when it is compared to another national group. Before modern India, could develop religious, racial or cultural bonds bound the people together. An Indian felt at home in any part of India and he was a stranger and in any other country. Let us look into the factors of diversity, the geographical factors. The geography of India has greatly affected its history. The Himalayas have saved India from many great political and social convulsions. There is a snowy passes of the north through which Mongoloid influence on the people in the east and north has been due to these passes. Buddhist preachers also carried the message of Buddha from India to Asia through these snowy roads. The Indo-Gangetic plain is fertile and it is the cause of its wealth, and having been the scene of a large number of invasions, it has remained a pivot of political, social and cultural and economic development of India. The diversity in the geographical environment is reflected in the continuous stretching territory, prevalence of varied climatic conditions and regions, land types, natural resources, skin color owing to diversity in geographical features. There is diversity in food habits, dressing patterns, festivals and cultural activities. India possesses its geographical identity. Like other countries have fixed boundaries which are natural, being a vast subcontinent has boundaries showing Himalayas on the north, Indian Ocean in the Indian south, Bay of Bengal in the east and Arabian Sea in the west. There are rivers like the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Narmada, the Krishna and the Kaveri. These rivers made country prosperous. Literates in the past praised the kings who expanded their empires from the Himalayas to Cape Comorin and from Brahmaputra in the east to Indus in the west and extended their rule over the entire land. India is marked to be a geographical entity and highly diverse. The agricultural economy has led to development of common characteristics. People are proud of the motherland. We address our country as Matrubhumi. The people inhabiting in this country are proud of the resources existing and potential. The religious diversity. The Vedas relate us the story of the social life of the Aryans, the country they inhabited and their struggle with Dasyus. They throw a light on the Aryan religion and faith. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata tell the immoral worlds, the story of the kings and people of their respective ages. All the religions in the world have a place in India to flourish. India is a storehouse for all religions. In secular India, there are Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, Sikhs and Zoroastrians. Though these religions have in India present elements of external difference, they also exhibit elements common to all. Let us look into Hinduism, the features. Hinduism is the religion of majority people in India. It is an amalgamation of Indo-Aryan, Dravidian and pre-Dravidian religious elements. Hinduism has a number of sects like the Kabirpanthi, the Radhaswami, the Satnami, etc. It is the major religion in India, providing a base for national unity. 2. It is the dominant faith practiced by 80% of the population. India has a large Muslim population. Likewise, other religions also exist with equal importance by people. 3. Hinduism is diversified in its theoretical premises and practical expressions as to be called a museum of religions. This religion cannot be traced to a specific founder, nor does it have a holy book as a basic scriptural guide. It is an exploration of the ultimate reality, and there are the cults that worship spirits, trees and animals. Hinduism has the festivals, ceremonies associated with gods and goddesses, but also with the sun, moon, planets, rivers, oceans, trees and animals and some of the festivals are Dasera, Holi, Pongal, Janmashtami and Deepavali. The Rig Veda, Upanishads, Ramayana, the Bhagavad Gita are some of the described sacred books text of the Hindus. 5. There are numerous gods and goddesses worshipped by Hindus. Being a polytheist religion, Hinduism believes in idol worship and nature. The trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, the creator, preserver and the destroyer. Islam. Islam is the second largest religious community in India. It arrived late in 7th AD when Arab traders came to Malabar coast. The first point is Islam believes in one God, monotheism. The Islam perspective religion is not seen as part of life or special kind of activity along with art, commerce, but it is the matrix and world view within which all the activities should take place. Second point, Quran is the foundation of Islam. It is considered as the holy book. The Prophet Muhammad is the messenger through which God revealed his word. He is the interpreter and he is perfect creation of God. The third point says the Shariat, the divine law, is the embodiment of will of God. Life from cradle to grave is governed by Shariat. Hadith is the book of sayings dictated by the Prophet as well as recordings of his sayings by his companions and followers. It deals with the legal significance, the moral and the spiritual teachings. The fourth point says Hajj, supreme pilgrimage to Mecca. The fifth point says Islam believes in worship of only one God, namaz, the canonical prayers, fasting, roza, charity, zakat and pilgrimage Hajj. Let us look into the Christianity, the features of Christianity. First point, the Christianity came to India in different phases according to Syrian Christian tradition. Apostle Thomas, one of the Jesus' original 12 disciples, came to vicinity of Cochin in 52 AD. The second point says Bible is the holy text of Christians. The third point, they celebrate the festival Christmas as the auspicious birth ceremony of Lord Jesus. Fourth point, Pope is the supreme head of all religious affairs and they have faith in Lord Jesus Christ as the messenger of God, the active service and love to the neighbor. Likewise, each religious group exhibits common feelings, accepts the truth, immorality of soul, rebirth, the law of karma, salvation, nirvana, contemplation and other things that go together. Making up of the religious importance are the finds, the differences, the ways these elements are treated, but preaches single religious faith, shares beliefs in the purity, the value of life, faith in an invisible power, honesty and liberty with other religious systems. Respect is given to scriptures of India. All the religious texts provide satisfaction and solace to the people. Religious unity is expressed through the places of worship. The prayers intents the religious unity exist among Indians belonging to different parts. The religious diversity has been a factor and source of diversity and disunity and disharmony in the country. In spite of diversities, there are basic common points uniting all religions together: faith in divinity, sympathy for the fellow man, better life after death, ethical principles, faith in karma and rebirth, life of purity and simplicity are some basic elements which unite the Indians. Sikhism. The first point is the Sikh religion emerged during the early 16th century in the state of Punjab in North India. The founder of this faith was Guru Nanak, who was attracted by both Hindu and Muslim saints. The second point says there are 10 main gurus. The teachings of Guru Nanak were incorporated in the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book of the Sikhs. The cultural diversity. Let us look into the cultural diversity of India. On the basis of fossil evidences, it is believed that man in India is around 5 lakh years old, but it is difficult to identify those earliest inhabitants of India and their racial ethnic affiliations, despite the fact that several scholars have made efforts on the basis of their classifications. The arrival of Aryans and origin of Indus Valley civilization has shaped the Indian socio-cultural tradition and heritage to a great extent. Indian culture is very ancient and continuous. There has been unbroken continuity of Indian cultural heritage despite many changes that took place over years. It has a vitality and originality of its own. In the prolonged history of mankind, which stretches beyond 6,000 years, a series of civilizations and cultures have risen and fallen. Belief in doctrine of karma. According to this belief, the present life is only one link the infinite chain of births and rebirths. Everyone is reborn in his net birth according to his deeds in the past lives. It facilitates adherence to good means of social control and maintenance of the caste system. There is emphasis on rituals attached to fast, festivals, pilgrimages, marriage, birth and death. There is the spirit of tolerance and synthetic approach to the religion. Dharma as life center of society. The concept of dharma has been the basic idea in different fields of society. Religion and spirituality permeate our intellectual, philosophical, artistic, scientific, cultural, social, political and economic life. The spiritual life is true genius of India. India has been called the Karma Bhumi, Tapo Bhumi and Punya Bhumi. India is a multicultural society. Indian culture is very old. It is complex and diversified. Because of different groups, the significance of Indian culture lies in its accommodation and synthesis. The land is culturally fertile, manifesting many cultures of all the ages. Indian culture is very ancient tradition, nearly 5,000 years old. It comprises of literature, dress, music, food, festivals, ethnic variations and social features. The approach to philosophy, traditions is typically Indian. All groups and communities accept the nature of family. Festivals are celebrated all over the country in the same manner. This is because of cultural unity. It has produced the religious thinkers, philosophers, saints who has contributed to the Indian culture, religion, languages, customs. The tolerance is basic feature of Indian culture. The tolerant outlook of culture made it persist through millennia. The tolerance developed the spirit of universal outlook. We can observe different types of cultures in different parts of the country. The regional cultures of India are classified as northern region, east, west and central southern region. Though the components of Indian culture are diverse, because of assimilation, different cultural elements have been integrated into one whole. Let us look into the racial diversity. Indian population is classified into 7 races as Negrito, Proto-Australoid, Mongoloid, Mediterranean,
Western Brachycephals,
Nordic, Indo-Aryans, Scytho-Dravidians, Turco-Iranian, Aryo-Dravidian and Dravidians. People belonging to all the races fall into 4 categories: the Aryans, the Sakas, the Huns and the Greeks. They settled and absorbed by Indians. The assimilation process made them as one nationality as Indian. The bonds of unity in India are stronger than its diversity. Linguistic diversity. In India, around 179 languages and 544 dialects are recognized, making it a multilingual country. The 8th schedule to the Indian Constitution contains a list of 22 scheduled languages. At the time the Constitution was enacted, inclusion in this list meant that the language was entitled to representation on the Official Languages Commission. The 22 languages are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya,
Punjabi.
Sanskrit, Santali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. Hindi is the official language, and in 1965 English was given the status of associate additional language. The three linguistic families whose languages are spoken in India are: 1. The Indo-Aryan, Sanskrit, North Indian language and dialects; 2. Dravidian, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam; 3. Mundari, the languages and dialects of tribal communities. Let us look into the political diversity. Political unity is the result of the cultural and diverse groups' unity in India. The political thinkers of ancient India emphasized the importance of establishing an Indian empire. The titles Samrat, Ekrat, Chakravarti show the importance of political unity in the past. The medieval Indian rulers as well as British succeeded in uniting India under their rule. The binding elements in Indian society presently making India a strong nation. The public policy and diversity may be turned into strengths. The basis of integration lies in people's consciousness of possessing a common territory and government, hiring a common history and heritage. The factors of unity. Let us look into the factors of unity. Despite several factors of diversity, Indian society has several factors of unity which is reflected in the following: 1. Agriculture as the main occupation of India; 2. Indian constitution, parliament and judiciary unite India; 3. The bureaucratic defense system; 4. The educational system; 5. The transport and communication; 6. The railways and postal system; industrialization and urbanization; 7. The feeling and spirit of being Indian. The Indian society has been peculiar in the world history because of its complexity, plural, diverse and pervasive in nature. India is a big peninsula. It owes its name to the river Sindhu. Indian society has an inherent compactness. The unity, the bond of unity is because of its culture. It is old and has grown since the dawn of civilization. India possesses its geographical identity. India, being a vast subcontinent, has boundaries showing geographical unity. The Himalayas, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. India is storehouse for all world religions. India is a multicultural society. It is complex and diversified because of different groups. Tolerance is the basic feature of Indian culture. Tolerance developed the spirit of universal outlook. There are nearly 7 races existing, and politically unity is the result of cultural and diverse groups' unity in India. The binding elements in Indian society presently making India a strong nation.